my nightmare.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.
All right. What's up, spooky folks? I'm your host, Troy Ryan, and this is Man of Horror, my horror pod where I talk all things scary. Today is a super fucking exciting episode for me. If y'all have paid attention and followed me, you know I love Scream. The movie, the franchise, the characters, the writing, the deaths, the opening scenes, the killer reveals, just all of it. Like everything about the Scream franchise is chef's kiss. So, with that being said, today I'm going to review Scream 6. I was so fucking excited to do this. I could not wait. I am joined by my third time guest, once on Love Journal, twice on Man of Horror. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Check it out.
Hello.
Hello, Sydney.
Yes.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Who is this?
You tell me.
Corey Gillis, 5550176.
Shit!
Hot.
Okay, so real quick, I want to introduce today's guest, a return guest, one of my favorite guests, the lovely Brienne, aka Sweet Bree, because that's literally the name of my phone.
I wish I would have did my due diligence so I could have kept that name because that name was everything. But it's okay.
It's fine.
B Chantel Catering is popping. Okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna drop the
yeah.
website very soon. This weekend, very soon. Okay.
That's so dope. I'm glad to. Congrats on that one, love.
Thank you.
So today, y'all, we are gonna be talking about motherfucking Scream 6. I am so
I'm just so ready. Like,
I've
been ready.
And it's like, so like I literally the week that it, like the weekend that it was coming out, that whole week I watched the Scream movies every day. So it's like Monday Scream, Tuesday Scream 2, Wednesday Scream. Like I literally was like every day, and like by by the time it came out, like by the time I watched it and everything, I was just like so enthralled in like the Ghostface world that it was just like I was noticing everything. I'm like, oh shit, that's like a callback to this, and like it was.
Yes, absolutely. The nostalgia and the legacy and the Easter egg they put in the movie for that. Oh my god, it was really good.
It was
so much better than Scream 5.
And that's crazy because I loved Scream 5. Like,
really,
I did.
It was Scream 5 for me is up there with Scream 3.
Oh my heart! Oh my god!
It's not as bad as Scream 3. It's not as bad.
Yeah.
Let me preface that. It's not as bad.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It was good, but then it was
something.
I don't know. It just wasn't at like.
For me,
this one,
I think
this one was up there with everything that I felt when I watched the first one originally.
Yeah.
I felt kind of like when I watched this one.
And that's crazy because it's kind of how I felt when I watched 5. And so I loved 5 because it felt like. So like, did you see the new Candyman that came out like I think about like 2 years ago or something like that?
Yeah, I did see the new Candyman.
So like how the director and like the writer and stuff, they were saying that the point of that was to be like a spiritual successor to Candyman, and so in that same respect, I feel like Scream 5 was like a spiritual successor to the original Scream because it was like I don't know, it felt like
it's kind of like because Scream 4 really left you like, will they, won't they, kind of thing. It can really go either way. It really can end here.
They could have been done, or they could have, yeah.
Yeah, so it really, and then at that point, it's like, all right, well, we're going to start over. And when we start over, it's not really starting over. It's a franchise. And now all bets are off.
Totally fucking off. Okay, so we can dive into this shit. Let me tell you, that opening scene, first off.
As soon as she answered the phone, I said, she about to die.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. First of all, I love her, Samara Weaving. She's a good actress. But, like, I loved the whole idea of her, like, being, like, the professor or whatever of like teaching this, slasher films and shit like that, and yet she's still like following these dumbass like rules. Like, girl, you watch this shit for a living, and you walk into a fucking dark alley. Like, and he said it on the phone, like, it's crazy because you do this, and this is what.
Like, dummy. And then not only that, so it's like, okay, you're on this little Tinder date or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for him to get there. He calls. He's like, oh, I just moved here a couple months ago. I'm not sure.
Why you ain't drop your pin? Why you drop your location? I just thought about it. You could have dropped your location to that motherfucker. Like, that's where I am.
Why he ain't put that in his GPS?
Like his text messages was blue.
To ask me where the restaurant is when I know I can find it on my own. So that was already suspicious thing number one.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two was like her being so nervous about the date and stuff. I thought that was cute. But I'm like, it's not feeling like a date. And by the towards the end of while she was still sitting in the restaurant, I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely not a date. And then this ain't it. And then they're talking more about the slasher films and things. I'm like, you not getting it, sis? You not getting it?
Are you not hearing that this nigga is getting ready to murder you, bitch? Like, what?
And he's talking about, like, what color is the outside of the building? Google it. We live in an age where everything is readily available at your fingertips. You can find a picture of almost anything online. Go online and look for it.
Like, even if it's hard, like, sometimes, you can't immediately find some shit, but you take a little deep dive. You gonna find the shit. So it was just like, yeah, it was stupid on her half, but as far as like the movie overall, loved it because what I liked, and this is kind of like a callback almost to like the first one, because I don't know if you recall, right before they killed Drew Barrymore's character or whatever, she pulls off his mask, and so she like sees who it is. She doesn't get a chance to say it or anything like that, but she sees who it is. So when he took off his mask, I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? I was like, I'm sorry.
I'm watching it. I said, am I watching the right movie?
Because once they do that final slash, it's like, oh, opening scene, Scream 6, and it was like, opening credits or whatever, and it was just like, oh, so it's not over.
So then I thought maybe like Scream 4 at the beginning, how it's like a movie inside of a movie inside of a movie. So
which I love that one too.
That was that.
Yeah.
I thought that was that. So I'm like waiting, and then he walks into what is her name? I want to call her Wednesday Addams.
That
is not her real name.
Tara.
She walks into Tara, and they talking. I'm like, oh no, that's the opener.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, like one of y'all friends is, but I'm like, I knew it had to be something else going on because it's like he wouldn't
have been exposed so soon.
Yeah,
if he was supposed to be the killer throughout the movie, we wouldn't have known. So
it was like it was something else going on. So like once he got home, and shout out to him being a gay character, yay. But like when he got home and he was like looking for his boyfriend or whatever, and like found his ass in the fridge and shit. Like, just that opening, that part, I was like, oh, I was not like after that part of the opening scene, I was like, oh yeah, this is a different Scream. I said, wait, this is different. This is different.
Yeah. So, but wait, before he even murders her, my biggest issue with her is why would you walk down that alley?
I ain't walking down nobody's alley.
You already went outside to check. You could see down the alley from the sidewalk in front of the restaurant. Why would you go across?
Well, he was like, I'm waving. Are you waving? I'm like, oh.
I don't see nothing.
I don't see nothing. I'm going to go back in this restaurant. I'll be inside. I'm waiting for you inside.
You know what? FaceTime me so I can see you see me. Talking about.
But it's like, you don't think about that.
I don't see nothing. I'm not. Look, maybe it's the black in us, but baby, I ain't going down nobody's dark alley.
Not a one.
At night?
Not a one.
On Halloween?
Like, for what? But it's funny that you even said that, because I didn't even think, like, I think that's what makes some of these movies so good at, like, building suspense and telling a story, because sometimes you don't even think about it until after the fact. And so I didn't even think about the fact, yeah, like, nowadays, like, we just FaceTime each other, like, oh, let me just FaceTime you and I can show you the, like, y'all had iPhones. They had iPhones. So,
so like literally right before he comes out of the darkness or whatever, where he's standing before he stabs her, it's those people at the end of the alley, and it scares the crap out of her.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you start running?
I would have just. She literally just screams, just stands there. Like, oh, that's crazy.
Caught your breath and was like, oh, and then he like booga booga boo.
Right.
And you like
stab. I was so, but again,
like you
I
deserved
liked it.
At that point, you deserved to die.
Totally.
So then it goes to him talking to Tara, getting home, and then he gets the call. He like, please don't be mad at me. I just had to
scratch that itch. Like,
I'm like, not you saying it like you just had to watch a TV show without your partner. Like
right, that's like being like, oh, sorry, babe, I just had to catch this episode. We can rewatch it again. No, nigga. This ain't a Netflix show.
You an awesome teacher.
Right.
What you mean?
So what I have to say is, I think this one, and I thought that that's what they would kind of do, is like make it be, if Scream 5 was like a play on the first Scream, this one was like a play on Scream 2, like heavily influenced by Scream 2. Because then I thought about, even with the opening kill, Scream 2's opening kill was the only one that was done in public. Like this one.
When they were at the movie theater, yep.
Yeah.
It's the only one.
Oh, so like even from that, I was like,
Well, it's not the only one, because Randy does get killed in public in the van.
Well, like the only opening scene.
But that's the only right, you said opening scene. You're right. Yeah. That's the only opening scene that's in the public like that. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, they mentioned Randy's kill too. Okay, so before we get there, so I mean, after that, I thought the scene where Sam was at her therapist talking to him was funny, because it's like, bitch, what did you think he was supposed to do? You sit here talking about stabbing feels good, like.
He's supposed to alert the authorities.
Literally, like, his job is to be like, hey, shit look a little crazy over here. I don't know if
literally his job. Like, he can lose his license by not reporting you if
she's
like,
go do something. You know what? You're just like the rest. Well, bitch, are you telling all your therapists about that it feels good to stab?
Definitely telling them she got these homicidal thoughts.
Like, it was funny, and I liked that they brought both of the twins back. I really like their characters.
I love the twins. They had to, because the way they even survived the last movie, one was literally outside, stabbed up, just in the grass.
Just in the grass, just bleeped out. Somebody help. But like,
so, like when they basically reintroduce us to the characters at the party, once Terry gets there and everything, I'm like, okay, Chad done filled out, buffed out. Okay.
Fucking side note, did you know that's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son? I had no fucking idea.
No, I learned that today.
I learned it yesterday.
The Hudson show.
I learned that shit yesterday.
I said, not him being fine. His daddy was never ugly. I'm like, but you don't look
you don't look like Cuba Gooding.
He don't look no. But you know what? When I sat down, I said that head, that face shape.
Yep.
That's his daddy. That is his daddy. He must take after moms.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he definitely filled out, and I was like, okay, yeah. But I like his character, just like outside of like attractiveness, like he genuinely is like a good character.
Yeah, his character. I enjoyed it was such a real moment for like real college. You know what I'm saying? Like you see your friend doing some skeptical things,
like,
and if that's your real friend, you gonna intervene. Like, hey, yo, go get her.
Well, like when homegirl's girlfriend was like, "Hey, Tara, you sure you want to do that?" And he's like, "Yeah." He introduced himself to her, and she's like, "I couldn't be more interested. Like, I don't care who you are." Like, anyway, but yeah, that scene was good. I was so annoyed because like the whole thing of like them releasing the theory that like Sam orchestrated everything.
Yeah.
And like when they were outside, that one bitch just threw that fucking slush on her and called her murderer. I was like, oh, we need to mob on this bitch. Like all of us, fuck with you.
She gonna say something.
Like we all should have mobbed at her ass.
Not him playing the music though. Can you take the living room speaker off?
Oh man. Yeah. So that part, I was like, bitch, whoop her ass, cause bitch, I was.
Yeah, and I thought it would already look like a setup anyway. By the way, everybody already had their phones out, like they had planned on throwing something at her when they walked past her and saw her or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was funny because they didn't even know she was at that party. So
yeah, like somebody was watching. So that's the thing. Like I feel like there might have been still another Ghostface. Like, because I think somebody was following her. Like, yeah, there's only that, like, of course they had the two friends and the police officer, but there was still, like, moments like that, you know what I'm saying, where there was no way that they would know she was going to. Oh, no, actually, the girl with the red hair, because she told her she would be there. Yeah.
But not only her, Tara, because the whole thing was that Tara was going to be at the party.
Yeah.
And that was why she told the sister, so she would end up at the same party as well. However, she knew her brother was there, but it wasn't like he was about to pop into the Ghostface costume at the party. Because at that point, they had literally just started killing that night. They hadn't even, matter of fact, they hadn't even, his sister.
Yeah.
That's who had to go and kill old dude that night. It had to be his sister.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, it's either the sister or the dad.
Or the dad.
Yep, yep. That first one, I thought about that. I was like, okay, so who did what? Yep. So yeah, and so from there was the therapist kill, which that shit. He just straight up.
I felt like the therapist was just in there for body count points.
Yeah,
because he wasn't really in there for plot or anything. Like, oh, she told him something, and he said he was gonna report her. Yeah, but y'all know she absolutely didn't do that murder. Like, it's concrete.
Like that was one of those murders that was clearly trying to plant or like make Sam the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean for plot, that was the only thing that made sense about it. But yeah, it's totally from a fucking body count. Like,
but wait, before we even get to there, we get to see Kirby coming.
Oh,
before the therapist.
I was like.
So it took me a second to realize that was even Hayden.
Yeah.
At first, it took me a little second, and then I hated what she kept doing with her mouth. the greasy, dirty cop thing she was doing, whatever that is. I hated it so much.
Oh my god! But I didn't think about it, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I was like, I don't know if that's just legitimately how she speaks at this point, and stuff, or because what if something happened, or if that was just a. This is how cops do it.
This is how detectives
talk. I did enjoy
talk.
Her character coming back.
Yeah.
And everything. She did seem like she was off her rocker. She did seem a little mentally unstable.
Because listen, because I was thinking about it, and it was like towards that end scene, like before he even made the call, I thought to myself like, what if Kirby is actually the one that, like, I was like, that'd be a hell of a twist, bitch, because that wasn't. And then when he made that call, I said, it's Kirby. But I'm like, she got to be working with somebody still. So who else is it? Like,
yeah, I was like, if it's Kirby, it's definitely somebody else with Kirby, because Kirby by herself doesn't make sense. Why would Kirby go off the handle and start killing people now?
Yeah. I loved too Gail, her introduction scene and the punch.
Yeah, it went back to episode movie 1 and movie 2.
Yep.
Where cause she like was it the second one when she hauled off and punched Gail, Sydney?
Yep. Yeah, so she did it. She did it in the first one and the second one. The first one was like, just like, she's like, I'll send you a copy of my book. And she's like, oh, turn it around. She's like, a bitch. And then the second one, it was just straight up. As soon as she saw her, she was just like, Gail was just like, asked her question like, hey, do you think this has anything to do with blah, blah, blah? And she said, bitch, like, get out of my fucking face with this shit. So, it was so.
Bam swung and missed. I said, oh, okay. And
yeah, I was like, okay, Gail.
Like, she barely let her finish her sentence. I was like, pop.
She said, oh, bitch, if she ain't gonna get you, I will. I loved it.
And she's talking about, I've done this before. She like, you ain't seen this one. Pop.
Yeah, you might know how to dodge your left, but you can't dodge your right, bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. And it's so funny because as contradictory as it was to the end of Scream 5, it also makes sense for Gail's character. Because, at the end of Scream 5, she's like, I'm going to write a book, but it's not going to be about this. Like, I'm done.
But when she lost Dewey, it was kind of like, I don't have nothing else.
Yeah, like shit.
Dewey was everything besides journalism for me. So Dewey
yeah,
did.
and then with Sydney gone, it's like, well, shit. I guess I might as well just go on in. Give me a little check.
And that was back to her personality in the first and second movies.
Yep. And so, okay, and so with that too, shout out because, and I'm like, I don't know.
I just knew she was gonna die. Look, when they announced that they was gonna do this movie, I said, Gail dying.
That's
Gail's
it. That's fucking it. You're not about to.
Like, she's not gonna make it. Gail's going to die. Gail will never die.
Never. They literally said it in like
every
was it
movie.
Scream 2?
Every single movie towards the end, she almost dies. Literally, every single movie, and she does not die. Like
that was Scream 2, and like Cotton Weir's character was like, God, Gail, you have 9 lives. Literally at this point, yes, she fucking does.
She has like 18 actually. She's like 2 cats.
But I have to say, I don't know if they saw my, because it could also have just been a general overall theory of fans. But I made a TikTok months and months ago, and I said, y'all, this is my theory for Scream 6. Wouldn't it be wild if Gail was one of the killers? And I literally said, Dewey died, and like she snaps, and she, lets Sydney go off and have like her, say happy life. Because at this point, bitch, you'd have been through enough. But you other bitches, y'all got it coming, type shit. And then like for them to mention that in the movie, I was like, oh shit. I was like, yes. I was like, maybe right. Like, because honestly, I think that might have even been one of the possibilities that they came up with. But what they ended up actually doing, I loved.
Yeah. So after Gail pops up, Kirby pops up.
The fucking scene where they were in the apartment. That shit.
So yeah, that's what I'm about to say. They're leaving the police station. They go back to everyone goes back to the apartment and everything, and now it's Mindy's turn to get killed. So we think, and the cute neighbor boy that Sam is dating secretly, not so secretly, is he happens to be looking out the window and he sees Ghostface in Minnie's room. And instead of throwing something at any of the windows, he starts shouting and waving him.
Hey, right? Like, and so, you know what? I don't know if you recall, but after he goes away, he's not in the movie anymore. There's like like after he goes away, he's not in the movie anymore. Yeah, so I do think, and I didn't think about it until after, that homeboy that was with Sam, and it's so shitty, might have been a part of like somehow, because like once he was gone, and like he didn't die or anything. That's the only time that's happened. Like that's rare for a Scream character.
Happens, like he pops up, he kisses them, they talk or whatever, and then he warns them, and then when they really get down to the nitty gritty about trying to go back to catch the killer, she like, you told me not to trust nobody, and you not Woods girl, so you gotta go.
He just accepted it.
Okay. He said, okay,
I get it.
I'm going to get the police. Without you knowing, I'm out. I'm going to get you some help, sis. I'll be back. I'll be back for you, boo. Because I really thought he was going to be one of the killers.
Yeah, I did too. But that's why I still think it's a possibility, because we don't know anything else. Like, after that, he was just gone. And it's like, even, because I think about Scream 2, right? I don't know if you remember Dwayne Martin's character.
She's going to become Ghostface.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Sam is...
I just feel like that's what's going to be the next one. Sam's going to be Ghostface.
Yes. And it was like... And it's because it makes so much sense at this point. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of
who... She kept talking to her dad at the end, and he like, take the knife, girl, go check this place out. Like, and it's just a matter at this point of who else is going to be helping her. Like, that's really what it's going to be a matter of at this point. It's not going to be Tara. I think she's going to end up killing Tara.
Yeah, or like going after her, yeah.
Yeah, I think Tara's going to end up dying. I think the twins will die.
Or one of them, honestly, I do think. And I think
I think it's going to be Chad.
Yeah, it's going to be the guy, because at this point, that nigga got stabbed too much, bitch. Like, he got stabbed too much this time. But no, so okay. Because back to that part, real quick, with the window, when he was watching the death in the window, I didn't realize that was like a callback to Scream 4. Because you remember when Emma Roberts' character and, Hayden Panettiere, their characters, like Kirby or whatever, they were in the window watching Homegirl get stabbed the fuck out across the window. And they were like, wait, please, banging on the window. Like,
I knew immediately when he started doing that what it was in relation.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. But yeah, it was just funny because looking back at it again, you don't think about these things, but it was like, why didn't you throw something at the window? Like, hello, like, what's the?
And then it took so long.
Hey, like, and it was like I don't even feel like he was screaming at full voice. I almost feel like he was like low key yelling.
Then I'm thinking maybe because they're in New York and it is so loud that maybe those windows would be thicker pane. So
and that is a real thing. That's a very real thing. Because when I went,
I'm like, maybe that's the thing. You know, that's why that was like that. I didn't think too much about it. I just like, why you ain't throw something at the window? Because like, that would have got everybody's attention.
Just some real shit. Everybody would have heard it, ran in.
Right into everybody's window. Right into Mindy's window. I would have ran through something else into the window where the table was, whatever was in the kitchen. Everybody would have got something right through the window.
Like, and then I think about too what irritated me, and I always get irritated at these scenes sometimes, and I don't know if that's like the nigga in me, right? Like the Joy Road or something, but like when there are 8 motherfuckers in the room versus 1 killer, if y'all don't jump this fucking, it was like 8 of y'all in that bitch, and y'all, everybody run.
They so literally was waiting for him to come at them one at a time.
It's like, if y'all don't mob this nigga, bro, like what is the?
Oh, I will say one thing: the girlfriend of the other of Mindy, the twin, she should have died in that bedroom. There was no.
Oh yeah, there's no reason that she should have made it onto that fucking ladder. He pulled the knife up. I said, "Bitch, I'm like, I felt
and also for that to have been Ethan, it would have had to have been her dad because Ethan's tight. Like neither one of their strength would have been able to pick her up. That her scene being stabbed was just a bit too unbelievable for me personally.
Yeah. But what I was mad at was that Mindy got sliced on the arm and the bitch was acting like she was the one who got stabbed in the stomach.
Yo, it was so much blood coming out of that. And I said, how deep was that supposed to be?
Bitch, what's going on with your arms? You need to go to the doctor. Cause she was literally like limping and stuff after that. I'm like, yo, she
was sitting on that bed holding her arm like she was her girlfriend, literally where her girlfriend's torso was just cut open.
Wait, I watched it. I was like, bitch, if you don't get up, she's like, close the door. She was like, wait, bitch, get up. Like,
man,
God. Yeah, I was dying at that part. But that ladder kill, just overall though, that was different. I was like, oh, bitch, hurry up. Like, what is this?
Hold up. We missed such a big part. So, when they go to the frat party, when Tara finds out where her sister is, they go to the frat party. She drags her out the party, tastes dudes in the nuts, and they go back home. That same night, they look on the news and they find out about the classmates. And that's when Tara's like, Sam's like,
bitch, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
So then they go outside because they're going to the police station.
Oh,
they go outside.
Yes, we did. Yes.
We completely missed that part. So they go outside, they're walking down the street, just her and Tara. Super weird. Why is it just the two of you?
Like,
so it's just the two of them, they're walking, and then they go into, he jumps out of nowhere. Oh, you better watch your back. And he jumps out. Tara, like, elbows him, and it's like, okay, self-defense classes, we see you.
Right, okay.
They run around the corner into the bodega. And now I'm thinking, because naturally, like, we all think when you run into a public space, he disappears.
No, that nigga came right in that bitch like, okay, what's up?
Oh, he walked in with big balls. Not only did he walk in, he looked dude in the face and just started stabbing him once he started talking to him. Like,
my whole shit, because it was like, what I like about that is that it just made it feel like nowhere was safe. Like,
literally,
at that point,
he did not care. They were.
No matter where the fuck y'all go, I'm on it.
I'm on what you own 2 times harder.
Because when he got that fucking, and I remember seeing that in the trailer. Like, I literally made a TikTok video with that when I was watching the trailer. Like, bitch, is that Ghostface with a shotgun? Oh, bitch, get out! Like,
with the shotgun.
Like, yeah, that scene was wild. Yeah, we totally missed that. That scene was so good, and it just. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, it cemented the idea that nowhere is safe. But yeah, cemented the fact that nowhere was safe, and just like that this was a different Ghostface. Because like even then, like I think about the older ones, right? And like maybe in the past, had one of the older characters did that, they would have ran, or Ghostface, they would have been safe, quote unquote. This motherfucker said, bitch. Okay. I'm in the store too. What's up?
He tried.
Yeah, that was.
Dude picked that gun up, said, "Shit, you out of here, buddy."
Like, And I was so mad when he was like, "Oh, go to the back." You stupid motherfucker! Like you're not thinking to toss the key. Like, and I guess in that moment,
Ghostface ran out that same door. So did he all of a sudden just grab the keys and run? Yeah. Was that like he just knew which key it was to that door? Like that was also another.
Right, I had to think about that. Unless there was somebody else on the other side,
and it wasn't one key. So my other thought was maybe they just didn't really. They were panicking so much to get out that they just didn't realize they weren't actually pushing on the door to open it.
Because that's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's either it's unbelievable that he got out that door the way he did, or they were just panicking trying to get out, that they just got stuck, which does happen to people.
Yeah, shit, I've ran into doors I was supposed to
look trying to
pull or push and do the opposite.
Open the door and I was supposed to pull it open.
Yeah,
okay,
I've done it.
Looking goofy as hell, like, oh, that's why it's not open.
Be mad as hell, like something's wrong with this fucking door.
Like, why y'all got this door locked? Damn.
Y'all play y'all play too much.
Got the I-8 ass face because you the one that don't know how to open the door.
Right, dog. Yeah, that was, we totally glossed over that shit. That was a great scene. Yeah, so after that part though, we get the ladder kill and stuff like that. And before that too, I have to say,
not Kirby. By the time Mindy is killed in the apartment, I think she's like body number 6.
Yeah.
Because it's the professor, then the 2 wannabe Scream people,
right?
And then they go and kill
the therapist.
No, not him yet. The dude at the bodega that gets
stabbed first. Okay, yep.
And then the two cashier
the store
at the
owner.
bodega.
Yep. Okay, so those 2.
And then after that happens, then that's when he talks about, asks them where their alibi was, and they tell him everything that they did. So then it makes the therapist.
So then he's like number 8.
Oh no! The therapist dies after Mindy dies. Mindy dies next when they come back from the police station that night, and everyone's at the house.
Oh, okay. So now I'm Mindy. Quinn. Quote unquote.
Yeah, Quinn dies next. That's what it is. That's her name.
Yeah,
Quinn dies next. Dies. She dies next.
That was so good. I'm sorry. Okay, that was so good because I did not.
Oh no! Not only that, the man that was in her shower is also dead.
Yes. Yep. Because Mindy went to that room and then she looked over and was like, "Oh shit!" And that's why she stumbled to close that fucking door. Yep.
Yeah. When she's like, "Oh, close the bathroom door," and she's like, "Oh shit!" The noise she made when she saw him was so real. I would have made the same noise.
Literally. I do gotta say too, real quick, because before this part, I forgot there was a part where they were at like the park with all of the cast, and Mindy was like explaining. I love her scenes when she does that.
First off, she wasn't right in 5, but she was dead.
She was dead on in this one. He walked up and she said, "Get your Ghostface ass." Yeah. And then it was like, I was mad because it was like they should have fucking investigated. When Homeboy walked up and Chad like immediately, went to go fight him. Like, where the fuck were you? And he was like, I was in this class all night. You guys can check.
They did go find him in econ. That's why I think that night had to be her dad.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely the dad that night. It was definitely him.
Because he said the police went and checked out his alibi. He's
I was
in a room full of 100 people. You can go ask any of them.
Yeah.
So he was definitely there.
But then that's the thing about that, too. There's no way, if it's that many people, he could have did something real simple, like, asked a question in a lecture hall or something like that, and then that would have cemented him being there, and he didn't have to be there the whole time no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? It could have been like real quick a moment.
He could have definitely snuck out.
Yeah, and then like ease his way back in or whatever. But I do think it was the dad though. Just as far as like how you mentioned like strength and stuff like that, like it just makes the most sense that it would have been him.
Yeah, because I don't think Ethan would have been able to, even with it being the movies, pick her up how he did.
But that's a Scream thing in general, though, because if you think about some of the past killers, it's like, okay, wait. Like, it's like something about the mask that just gives them, like, this psycho strength.
Okay, adrenaline strength.
Yeah, like, I don't know. But, yeah, like, so I liked, I did like the fact that Homeboy was like, fuck it. If you can't trust nobody, then don't. Like, And like if he is genuinely not a part of it, I think he's a really good guy for that. Yeah. But if he is a part of that, then fuck him.
Because at this point, when they find Mindy dead or whatever, that's when Gale pops back up and like, hey y'all, I got this little piece of information I found. Yeah. I'm about to show y'all some shit. Let's go to this layer.
Like, and when they got there, I just remember looking at the scene like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
yo, I was like, yo, this is a shrine.
Literally.
This is for a crazy person.
The first thing I saw was Tatum's outfit, homegirl from the first one, the garage kill. Yeah. I saw her outfit first, and I was like, how the fuck? And like, and it was crazy because obviously they say it, but like mentally, I'm like, dog, wait. Isn't this like evidence? Who the fuck got all this shit to like what? And that's when I started thinking about Kirby. Like at that point when they showed that place, I'm like, somebody would have had to get this shit out. Like,
so my thought is a lot of that stuff goes back to Woodsboro, right? Yeah. And I don't. She was in Atlanta, so
but she's from, and that's the only reason I thought because she's still from there. That's what I'm like, oof.
So no, yeah. So, but it still wasn't connecting. Like it just wasn't making sense as to how they got this out of like Woodsboro. Like how y'all get all of this evidence out of Woodsboro? Like it just wasn't making sense. No matter how they like laid it to me, it wasn't. It still didn't make sense by the end of the movie.
I mean, it makes more considering who one of the killers is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, considering he was like a part of like, because it would have had to be somebody law enforcement at this point. Like, after all that shit, like it just didn't make sense for it to have been someone outside of law enforcement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But also, like, just think about it. None of them were Richie wasn't from Woodsboro.
Yeah. He just loved that shit.
How would his parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would, knowing his dad was a murderer, spoiler alert, knowing his dad is one of the murderers, and he never lived in Woodsboro, how did he get access to all that evidence? Even with him still being a police officer, I do get, even they'll still be like,
so that's where it's just like, there's parts that I'm like, there has to be more. And so what I'm like, my biggest theory, and it was slightly a theory with this one, which I feel like may have been touched on, is that there is going to be a Scream cult, like a Ghostface cult, because at this point, there's still parts where somebody, because I even go back to Scream 3, there's no fucking way Roman did all of that. It just literally, there's always been 2, so it's like, and like even Kirby mentions it. She's like, you know, Roman, he did that by himself. He was the most ambitious, or whatever. Like she mentions, and it's just
but
like I was thinking about that.
It was if Scream 3 might have had the least amount of bodies dropping until the end of the movie. Yeah. Then compared to everything else, because he wasn't killing people like that.
Yeah.
He had only killed like 2 people on set. Like, maybe 3 by the time they had got to the end of the movie when they were at the house.
Yeah, he killed 3, and then the rest of them was, like, at the end, Yeah,
he didn't kill a lot of people. 4. So that, I can believe that he was the only killer, for real.
Okay.
Only because the bodies weren't dropping. Yeah. The bodies were not dropping.
But just, like, in comparison. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that was just kind of why that might not be my favorite one, because like with all the ones that had 2 killers in it, it was like a lot of bodies being dropped. So it was kind of like, how is this possible?
It was a kill count all over through that motherfucker. Yeah. So I mean, I guess just like with I guess the point of it is just like there's some parts that like somebody had to. Something like, because okay, so even if there's not another Ghostface, like with the dad getting like some of this shit from Woodsboro, there's like a police officer, a crooked cop somewhere, like, oh, give me a nice amount of money, and I got, there's something, and there's like some kind of backstory somewhere, and that's what will make the next one.
It has to be a connection from that family to Woodsboro.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm excited about the next one, because if they're keeping with the feel, 5 being like Scream 1, 6 being like Scream 2, then 7 will be like Scream 3. And the whole point of like 3 parts or trilogies is like something from the beginning was never true to begin with. So it's going to be something backtracked. Like it has to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like it got to be, y'all going to come into play where Sam definitely had a hand in them killings.
I would be so like I can accept her becoming the killer now at this point, but if she had something to do with it before, I would be so mad. Like, bitch, god damn you.
But it would make sense though.
It would.
Like,
it would.
It would make so much sense.
Real quick, back to the shrine scene or whatever. I really liked Kirby and Mindy's quick little moment. It was cute.
Yes,
I like that. I like that.
Yes,
that was that was cool.
The twinning on all of the horror and everything. I loved it.
I was like, okay.
Because she was her before. Because Kirby was Kirby before.
Yeah, and then Kirby wasn't shit but an extension of Randy, which is Mindy's fucking uncle. So it's just like, it just makes sense.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I really love that set piece. That was just like, design wise, that was just so dope to see. So after that, I didn't realize this is the first time Gail got a Ghostface call.
Yes, very first time.
I did not.
You said it's
I was
a
like,
killer.
wait.
I said, not Gail getting the call. God damn it, Gail.
And because I literally I didn't think about it when I was watching it the first time, and I think I was. What was I like listening to something? Like I think I watched a podcast or something, and they mentioned that. I was like, "Wait, Gail's never got a fucking call." I was like, "Oh
Never.
shit!" And so that's partially why I watched it the second time. I was like, "Okay, I need to rewatch this," and I love how much like confidence she had in the sense of it. She's like, 10 motherfuckers had tried this before you, bro. Like, it's not gonna go well. Like, and it's just like, I think the scene for her was a testament to how much she had been through. Because she like, oh, I don't get my phone. Like, I know my room to go to. She started 69. She said, hold on. He said, wait, what? Click, click, click. Oh, over there. Like, and just, it was a really well done scene, I think. I'm so glad she didn't die. I just knew she was. Like, I
knew she was dead. So the paramedics was like, we got a weak pulse. I'm like, Gail, you bitch.
You motherfucker.
You bitch.
The bitch got 9 lives. She will never.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good scene. And then, so the next one, it's like, I think this movie, why I liked it so much, it had so many good scenes of just like a lot of the kill scenes are just really fucking good. Because then the next one we get is the subway.
Yeah. I just knew they was all chop suey on that subway. I knew half of them was gonna die on that subway.
I knew at least 2 motherfuckers was out. Like, I knew it. Look, at the moment,
I just knew one of the twins, and I thought maybe the boyfriend was gonna die. I thought those was gonna be the 2 people that died on that train. The fact that nobody died is crazy. Yeah,
very wild. Extremely wild. Considering how the scene went, because I knew something was going to happen when Mindy got separated. And that's the other part of why I feel like the boyfriend, like, he is something. Because he did pull homeboy in. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was almost like this, like, and there was somebody else, like, I don't know if you noticed, there was a part where the person was walking on the train that almost practically grabs her and kind of pushes her forward. Like, it's so subtle, but it's like, right as she's trying to get up, it's like a guy, he has like a hat, and it's like pushed down, and I'm like, it has to be a cult. Like, in this next movie, it has to be a fucking Ghostface cult. But, yeah, it was like when she, got missed from the train or whatever, she looked at homeboy and was like, you can get your Ghostface ass away from me.
Ghostface ass, Ghostface.
Ghostface ass.
And it cracked me up because I'm like, she was right. She was
so fucking right. Yeah. And just like, oh my God, like how they did it though, like with all these people, like the amount of claustrophobia that I felt in that scene, because
oh my God,
it's like, cause like on the subway, like I remember a couple times I've caught the subway, but it really motherfuckers be just in that bitch hit on the time of day, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they were shoulder to shoulder, and it's like 15 motherfuckers in a Ghostface mask. I would have been like, bitch, get me off. Hello? Next time. Let's walk.
We would have walked. Call an Uber.
Let's walk, because I can't. Yeah.
Also, why they just didn't get in the Uber? Why would y'all go out and be in more public space?
Because Uber is in New York, bitch. I don't know what y'all could... but yeah, it was a very claustrophobic scene. I love it, though. I think it was done really well. I do wish we could have gotten a death out of it, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I am disappointed that nobody died on the train. Like,
that would have been chef's kiss. That would have like ooh, that would have been. But yeah, so from there we kind of go back into the shrine, and then this is like again the part where it's like, oh shit, bitch,
Kirby might be it.
And I wholeheartedly believed it. It was just like
and it
I said,
was because before he calls her,
mm-hmm.
it's literally when everyone just disappears as she's walking up to the stage to go towards where her father's mask and stuff is. And you see it's a final flash of Kirby. She makes like this sly smile and then she exits, the screen, right? So after that, it goes right back to Sam walking up the stairs, her talking to her dad in the reflection, grabbing the knife, turning around and realizing no one's there anymore. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, bitch, Kirby just want to go kill them. I'm like,
yeah, look. First off, I thought everybody got snatched up.
Yeah.
So when they showed Tara and Chad, I said, okay, well, where's Kirby? That made me feel like a little more like, okay, so maybe she really is the killer.
Yep. It was just a matter at that point of figuring out who else it was, and I thought by then I was like, matter of fact, yeah, I'm remembering at that point I'm like, it was Kirby and the boyfriend. I was them two. I gotta figure out why the boyfriend.
Literally. I'm like, the boyfriend was like, cool, I'm not gonna come in. Don't worry about it, boo. You ain't gotta worry about me.
Cause bitch, I'm gonna be there later anyway, cause I'm a killer.
She gonna leave the side door open for me, bitch. I'll see you later.
Like
kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It again, I'm glad they subverted my expectation.
Yes. It kept me on my toes when they be like, okay, so he not the killer, all right.
Yeah,
so who else is?
Yeah.
Who is it then?
And just to hop back real quick on Gail's scene, because like I said, I made a TikTok of like that being a theory, and when he's on the phone with her, like, you would have made a great ghost face. You like, you finally snapped with Dewey's death and blah blah. I'm like, that's exactly what I thought.
And the crazy part about it, she still can become ghost chasing.
Yep. Because there's a line where Tara was like, when they first, when she's her introduction scene in this one or whatever, is like walking away to the cab. Tara's like, or maybe you're afraid that without Ghostface you don't have anything. It was like, right? Because you think about it, and it was like, well, yeah, that's pretty much been her career. Like, she was Gale Weathers, but she didn't become Gale Weathers until what happened in the first Scream, and it was like, oh shit, this Gale Weathers, like, and I can see that because even like in Scream 4, her character was so frustrated with not having anything to write and like, I don't know what to, talk about or anything.
Yeah, but that was because she had like let go of like not so much journalism, but she wasn't in like.
She's like just living a little.
She wasn't in investigative journalism. Yeah, that's really what it was. So at that point, it was really like mom blogs.
Yeah, and then it was like, but like I think the ambition is what it was, because then like she was so ready to solve the mystery in Scream 4, so she can write about it again and talk about it again, and so that's why I think it makes sense for her, like genuinely makes all the sense in the world for her character to get there, because like, and I even had a theory one time too, like just hop back on Scream 3. What if she was the motherfucker helping him all this time, like on the side? Like I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I think I need to rewatch Scream 3 so I can really try to like accept that it was just one ghost face. But like, yeah, but yeah, so we at the end, and I'm like, oh shit, bitch, watch out, it's Kirby, and then Kirby comes out. Like, watch out, like, y'all, it's not me, like, I can explain, and that motherfucker just shoot her, and I was like, oh, shit, bitch, huh, like,
yeah, she's talking about behind you,
and so real quick,
like, shoots her, and then stands up, like, and she's like, you, like, of course it's me,
like, and so real quick, too, the other part, when they went after Sam, to the two Ghostface or whatever, go after Sam, and, Tara and Chad or whatever, and they, like, stab him up and shit. I loved when they did the double knife swap. I was like,
choreography.
It was tight. It was like
they were like 1, 2, 3,
swipe. Like they did that double knife swap, and I got chills. I was like, oh shit.
Yes, same. Because Chad was in there fucking him up.
He was
fucking, I don't know which one of them he was fucking up, but he was fucking him up. He was about to drop that.
The other one came out, and I was like, oh, bitch, no. I was like, oh, yeah, it's over for Chad. Chad is out this bitch.
Chad, when he hit him in the head with the camera, right, that made me chuckle. And then he ran down the hallway
and threw that bitch.
still carrying this camera.
This big ass camera, and it wasn't like it was a big old school, a big old school news camera. That motherfucker was probably
okay, Maury camera.
Like, yeah.
That made me giggle so bad when he threw it, because that's exactly what you were supposed to use it as a weapon, bro. The black side of him came out, okay? He
real
was using
quick.
every weapon.
Yeah, no, that was dope. So then from there, the part that I really liked was Tara stabbing that motherfucker in the.
Oh yes. Yes.
She was like, just let me go. Like, I got it. Like, I know you scared of me getting dark, bitch, but I got it.
So I knew it was some foreshadowing when she told her that early in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta let me go.
Yeah. I knew that was some foreshadowing. I said, oh, okay. I'm peeping it.
When she gonna have to let her go?
When they originally, she was like, look at the exit. And I said, somebody gonna be dangling from something up there. When she said, look at where the exit door is. Somebody. I don't know who it is. Somebody gonna be dangling though. Lo and behold, just happened to be Tara slipped, and she happened to have a knife. She said they both was looking at the knife. She like, you gotta let me go.
Yeah, that's it.
Dropped her. She got stabbed in the gut. She said, me too. He told me, I got you. And I wish they would have given her a line like, I got you back, or something like that.
Yeah.
It would have just made the scene that much more.
Yeah.
But it was like, yes, stab him in the throat.
But she landed on that motherfucker. I said, you better man, it was so good.
When the sister was up there, now it's Sam and the sister on the catwalk upstairs or whatever, and she looks at her. Matter of fact, before all of that, when they're down there giving their monologue about why they did all that, Hera knocked her shit loose with that brick. She said, "She's on the ground."
Like that's it. I really like Sam and Tara together. Like together, I really like them.
Yes. So it was like she knocked the crap out of Quinn with the brick. That made Evan do whatever he went and then tackled Herbie because she shot at their dad or whatever, and then re-stabbed her in the her stab mark. And then here comes Sam.
That shit. Oh, I literally ate.
Clocked him on the back of the head.
Real quick.
That's how you do it. Her pulling that knife out, talking about, sorry, I need this. Again, these people should have died.
Yeah. Sorry, I need this.
From first off, we all know if you go and okay, Olivia. You got.
Hey, popcorn time.
Just need some Olivia Pope glasses with the wine.
All right.
It's good too. Okay.
But yeah.
Talking about this is dinner.
That's it. And
I eat charcuterie boards for dinner at home. I ain't even trying to judge you. Okay.
Okay, sit there and fuck around and make like 10, 15 of them little cheese, salami, and cracker sandwiches right quick.
I get the trio salami, the 3 different kinds of salami.
I love it, yeah.
The 4 different kind of cheese slices. And then I get this honey goat cheese. Oh, look, I be at home and enjoying myself, okay? Got me fruit
I haven't
slices.
tried goat cheese that I want to.
Goat cheese is good.
Okay.
But anyway, back to the movie.
Yes. Yeah, after the model. So then just to hop on too, I do have to say I really liked that, because again, this was like a spiritual successor to Scream 2. And Scream 2 was like the father or the mother of the killer for the first one. So not
only did your mom come ruin my relationship with my husband, you ruined my son.
Yeah.
Even though Sydney literally did nothing.
Literally, because that's what I'd be looking at. Like, bitch, what was I supposed to do? Just die? Like, he was trying to kill me, bitch. I was supposed to just, like, I don't get what you would have wanted.
And also, would you know what was also a nod to part 2?
What?
Sam's, right after they were done with their monologue or why they did what they did, she was like, he was a man baby.
Yeah.
Same thing about Billy.
About Billy,
and I was like, I love where y'all pulling these points
and she was
from.
just like,
I love it.
Love it, yeah. Because it was like, And it was just like the same and then opposite because again we get instead of the mother we get the father, and Billy was the only child, so now we get siblings. Like it was just it was just done so well. And like I said, I like the extension of, and that's why I think it could be a cult because again, we go back to the beginning of the movie. They weren't the original kill. Like, it was a whole nother set of motherfuckers trying to kill, trying to kill them. So it's like, and in reality, there was 5 fucking ghost faces in this movie. Like, so it's like, they're edging into cult territory, and that's the only thing. Like, not only thing. Like, I think to do the next one successfully and be a spiritual successor of the third one, if the third one was one person, then this next one would have to be a group, like a big group.
So I get where your point is, but my thought process to that is, I feel like these were only able to be made because old boy was so attached to it, right? So he decided, let me seek out
motherfuckers who think like me.
Let me not only befriend, but make her fall in love with me. Let's start a relationship with this. So I get the connection with Woodsboro from her boyfriend, and then the family's revenge. But after that, I would love to see where the plot would go from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I get the cult theory. I get that. That's one theory. But outside of that, like, where else do you go? Because who else is mad at Sam and Tara?
And so that's the thing. Because you know what I thought about? And you don't really pay attention to it, but how the fuck did you even find out that Billy was her mom or was her dad? Because she didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's evident in the first movie that it was something that she kept secret, that Billy Loomis was her fucking dad. So it's like, and that just leads me back to how they got all the memorabilia. Like there's somebody else from Woodsboro that has been involved. Like has to be. That has been involved from at least from the last one, if not, before then. But
it has something because, like you said, it doesn't. The connection to Woodsboro with Richie made sense because he was already into it. He was making his own movies, and then he's would end up being Sam's boyfriend. Got it, made sense. Got the connection. Or you trying to be closer to it? You trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Get that. So now I'm just wondering. Because you're definitely giving me a 7.
Yeah.
Based off the end credits, because anytime we're getting another movie, you give us a flash of him, a flash of Ghostface. Yeah. So we know we're getting another one.
Oh yeah, Scream 7 got greenlit, so it's on the way.
Right. So Kirby's, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense to force any of the legacy characters to all of a sudden be Ghostface. Yeah. Because they've suffered
outside, literally the only person who would make sense is Gail. And at this point, I don't think, she would do it. But you know what I remembered as you were saying this is...
I think Gail likes the fame too much to go and commit murders to where either she's going to get killed or put in jail.
Yeah. That's true too. But it made me think.
Look at her apartment she had.
Okay. No, look, I saw that. I said, bitch, is this where Gail been living? I said, this one Gail been lit. Okay, and she had herself a big, strong black man. Bitch, I said, wait. He said, baby, I think that's our food. I said, baby. He said, baby, I think that's our food. I said, baby, wait a minute. Okay.
This black man killed in this movie when no other black people had died yet.
Like, damn. But no, okay, so thought real quick. Because Kirby mentions it. And so there's something I thought about, and there was, in the very original, or like not the one of the original scripts, Stu lives. There's a part where she says, so they mention him, it's a TV that kills Stu Macher, and Kirby literally says real quick, well, if you believe he's dead.
Yeah. There's supposed to be
and then so like the original movie was supposed to, I think Scream 2 rather, was supposed to be remember her black friend, the roommate? She was gonna be one of the killers, Stu Macher.
Yes, I watched your beat.
Yep, it was like her, Stu Macher, and I think Billy's mom was always originally a part of it too. But yeah, so it's like thinking on that because there's a small chance. I mean, at this point, the way all these other motherfuckers didn't survive shit, why the fuck couldn't he have, right?
I feel like when the TV landed on your head,
I mean, yeah, but I mean, how many times was Dewey's ass stabbed up in all of
your
it?
brain just being so sensitive, your skull, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all had a better chance at me believing Billy Loomis survived.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or Randy survived and been living off, in the tuck and came back. Like that. That would be a twist.
Yeah.
That would be a twist.
I don't know. So, it just, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of directions they can go in for the next one, but it definitely does. It does need, because of how prolonged they are and how much story they build, they definitely need to do some thinking on it. But I have faith in the people that are currently handling Scream, because I don't have any major complaints from 5 or 6. Like,
no, like 6 great.
Outstanding.
Good. I think tied in the legacy characters in, like they said, like everybody
really well.
Was off limit. Like anybody was up for grabs.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were all still very much in danger, real danger.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I'm chasing this one person and you just happen to be here.
Because that's also fucked up. Anytime a Ghostface pop up, bitch, now my life is in danger. Like anytime, not all y'all gotta be on alert. Like, oh shit, it's this. It's like,
so I would have thought Mindy was a killer. Because why do you think the core 4, any of the 4 of us, would be killers when we all have alibis?
Yeah.
The funny thing about it, her and her brother, you watch the movie, one of them is always missing.
Yeah. From something. They're barely.
Except that scene.
And except for like the beginning one where they're like, The
only scene where her and her brother are together.
Yeah.
Is when Mindy is going over the whole franchise thing. Yeah. That is the
only... so remember there was one more. That was when the homegirl, Quinn, the red-haired girl, died, and they were all like in the apartment and shit.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Quinn and her brother Evan.
Yeah.
That is the only scene that they are in together.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, them two. Yeah. Yep. They're like never in scenes together. Never. Yeah.
I didn't peep it till after I watched it the second time.
Yep.
And was like,
oh, you motherfuckers was doing this in our face.
Promo video. One of the promos, posters for it. Everybody's accounted for except Evan.
Yeah.
He's not in the promo. Like literally, Cindy's in it. Everybody's in the promo poster except Evan. Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta pay attention to them details. So real quick too. So we at the end. I love the part where she was like looking at the mask. I was like, ooh, because it was like almost like a realization for her or something of like, like, and I just thought that when she called her name, I just knew she's gonna tuck that bitch in. And I was like,
so did I.
But no, so that's not what happened. She dropped it, but that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit at all. And I do think, and it was funny because I thought after the last one,
Mindy being the next killer would be amazing.
It would, because you know what? It's a slight callback to Scream, because they were talking about how Randy would have been a suspect. And he was like, you know what? You're right. I am a suspect.
Think about 4. I mean, think about 4 and think about which one of the killers was in fact
because I forgot. Charlie, he was like a fucking
he was basically her.
Yeah.
4.
Yep.
He was Randy in 4. Him and Kirby.
But then just so the part in Scream 1, like, it was like Randy and Sue at the store, and they were talking about the suspects and shit. And he was like, Randy, you're a suspect. Like, your freak scary movie brain could have went off its rocker and mixed up reality. He's like, actually, yes, you're right. I would be one of the first suspects, but I'm not a killer. And it's just like, for them to play more into that would be really good, because also the part that I liked that added humanity to like the twins was when they were at the hospital. He was like, I'm just really scared. Like, I don't want to get hurt again. Like, and I can imagine that psyche turning from I don't want to be hurt again to I'm going to be the one to do the hurt to make sure. So I'll make sure I don't get hurt again because I'm going to be the fucking killer. Like,
literally,
Sam and Mindy.
Any of them could be the killer.
Yeah, because Tara likes that shit. Like, that, it was like, so at the end when, after she does her shit, and then, like, they decide to kill, the dad or whatever, and Sam stops herself, like, I'm about to, let me not just slash this nigga throat, and Tara look at her like, girl, you better fuck. You better kill this nigga.
It was funny because when she was about to stab him the first time, she came up next to her like, "Hold on, girl, you ain't no killer. Calm down."
And yeah, and that's what made her stop. Like,
go ahead, stop.
I'm just playing, girl. Go ahead, right? She looked like, girl, I'm just playing. Kill that bitch. Like, yeah, and it's like Tara at this point, she could have developed a taste for it. Sam could develop a taste for it. Mindy and Chad's their thing again, like I said, could be like safety of like, I don't want to.
I don't think it'll be Chad.
Yeah, not his character, but
Chad just seems like a genuine, like he just seems like a really, really good dude right now.
Yeah.
And that he's like trying to make like him and Tara, I feel like will be a thing.
Yeah.
But I can see Mindy and Sam being killers together.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. I can totally. Cause Sam has the. They would be like Billy and Stu. Sam would be like Billy with the psychoticness, and then Mindy would be like Stu with like all this horror knowledge and shit like that.
Yeah, but not like as like silly as fuck.
Oh yeah, because I rewatched Scream and I love it, but and it's so wild because so much of his scenes towards the end were like improv. but yeah, no, I just overall I loved it. So we get to like the rating part. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yes.
And I only could give it 5 because the last, star marker was gore, and it was like it wasn't as gory per se.
It was, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like standard stabs. It wasn't like I think about the scene in.
One was like them stabbing dude in the throat.
Yeah.
Old girl stabbed in the stomach and being pulled up, and then the dad cop being stabbed in the eye.
Yeah, like it wasn't too gory, but like watchability because you can watch the shit. Okay. I've seen it 2 times. I'm gonna watch it again tonight. Fuck it.
Look, I might go home, roll up, and watch it one more time.
Okay. Kill count because again they upped that shit.
Literally up the kill count.
Yeah, and I didn't think about it because it wasn't that many people killed in number 5. Like I didn't. It was a good movie, so you're not really paying attention. But it was like maybe 4 or 5 people that got killed.
Yeah, it was kind of like Trick, where a lot of people died.
Yep. I gave it story creativity because
they did really good because they kept me guessing about
the killer.
The killers.
Yeah, totally happy because I'm like, and what what I had to say too. What I like that they didn't do in this one. A lot of times in the Scream movies, they introduce a lot of red herrings. And it makes certain characters just unnaturally weird for no reason, just to add to like the mystique of the mystery. And it's like they didn't do that with this one. It was just like, here go the motherfucking people, figure it out. Like there was no red herrings in this. It was like nobody that you could immediately outside of the boyfriend, and that's just normal. Like that's how obvious thing to do. Like oh shit, this random boyfriend, he's the killer. But like outside of that, he didn't make himself seem like a killer. You know what I'm saying?
He did seem weird, but
but I didn't get murder vibes. Like I don't know, like
I didn't get murder vibes. I just got like weird white man vibes.
Right.
Just like at the end when he saw her, his eyes was kind of crazy or something.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Story creativity. Oh, and killer fear factor because the reality is,
baby, he walked in that bodega. Like it wasn't witnesses and start stabbing the witnesses. And
I'm like, what, are you just gonna kill everybody in this bit? That and the subway scene. Those 2 scenes, I would imagine being in and actually being terrified. Cause it's like, again, I mentioned the subway being claustrophobic, everybody all up on each other, so that's why that's scary. But the bodega shit, it was just like, no, I can't come to the bodega, nigga. I can't go nowhere. Like it almost felt like had they run into the police station, he would have ran right in that bitch and they wouldn't have been do shit either. Like that's how it felt. Like
that probably would have been the only place he would have left.
And thinking about the fact that one of the fucking killers was an officer, it's like shit. Would he have like he probably would have known exactly how to fucking move around in that bitch or something. Like it's just it was crazy. I overall had a great fucking time watching this. I had to reorder my movies. We're probably gonna do it on like another episode outside of this one because this will just be like a solo one. But I'm thinking now, Scream, Scream 6, Scream 2, 5, 4, and then 3.
I can agree.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, this one was so fucking good. It just.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, it was so different for Ghostface, but still felt like a Scream movie. Like it didn't make me feel, because sometimes movies try something so different sometimes or do things so different that it don't even feel like the original franchise, and it still felt like this. Straight up felt like Scream. Like this was Scream. It still felt like a different. It was like, oh, bitch, what's this? Like after that opening scene, I just still remember feeling like, oh, what's this? It's different. It's just different.
Bodegas, I'm telling you, that Bodegas was like, he walked in that bad boy and just started stabbing him.
Yeah, that was wild. But okay, I appreciate you so much for doing this with me, love.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, fucking always. I'm about to say there's a new Evil Dead that's about to come out next month, so if you're down for that one,
look, I saw that too.
Oh, and then the reviews came out for it today. That shit is at 100%. I said, oh,
I saw on Rotten Tomatoes, no less. Like, come on now.
Because it take a lot for them to give 100%.
Okay.
So yeah, if it got that, I'm so ready. So we definitely gonna do that one next. But let the people know where to follow you, love.
You can follow me on Instagram at ibake or with some like 3 underscores. But B Chantel Catering, Facebook, Instagram,
All that.
B on Twitter, like Brienne Chantel.
And the food is good, y'all. I said it last time. I'll say it again.
Let me tell you, you gotta come home in June. My barbecue for my business,
it's like your second annual or something, right?
It's actually my 5th one.
Oh,
but this is
excuse me, okay.
My first official birthday as B Chantel Catering, June 24th. We turn 1.
Hey.
So it's gonna be like a birthday party theme. Like,
yes,
so
I love
it's gonna be like I've decided we're gonna do buffet style. So all you gotta do is pay for your ticket. Come, you eat, we turn up, you gonna eat. Like it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
That's so hype. Okay, fine. That's so hype. I love it. Okay? I love it.
I love it so much. I'm so excited. My website should be up really, really soon.
Yes.
I'm really, really excited.
I'm gonna look again too. I honestly hadn't got a chance to like really look to like help out with the like I guess description or whatever. But I got you. I'm take a look again.
Because the about page kicking my ass. It's like tell us about your business, and I'm just like, I bake.
I be cooking. I make food.
I make stuff taste good.
Right. But yeah, y'all. Definitely check out Scream 6 if you have not yet.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah, that shit is fucking good. I appreciate y'all for listening. Don't forget to follow the Instagram page for the pod, Man of Horror _podcast. And until next time, stay motherfucking spooky, folks.
Peace.
Hey, peace.
Eyes.